Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you back for another week, another episode of iAmWoe podcast. I'm your host, Dwayne Sutton, aka Woe. And I'm holding it down Dolo tonight. Cole and DT had a night off, and it's really because we, wanted to do something here to introduce y'all to someone special to what we got going on here. Um, am I hearing myself? What's that?
It
Oh,
was a little
oh.
glitch in the system.
Anyway, as you can see, my girl C is in the building.
Hello,
Uh,
hello.
how you doing, mama?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good as well, man. I'm excited about this.
Let's
I'm
get
excited
it.
about this. We have something. We want to make sure that people understand what's coming down the pipeline here. We got multiple shows, but we want to create an online presence, and I definitely needed a face for it. You feel me? And so we'll get into all that later on. Uh, but we gonna have fun with this. Look here. Come on up in here. Chocolate City's in the building. What's up,
Hey,
mama?
sis.
Yay.
Hey, my girl.
All right, man. Let's do this. If you could, I got the audio in the back. I'm getting feedback on it. Turn that down for me. The volume.
Mine.
For whatever that is playing back there.
Oh, it's not playing over here anymore.
Oh, what is that?
I don't know.
Jesus, help me. Okay. It's a
Calm
lot of
down.
audio. All right. So here we go. First things first, what we do it around here, man, we were very conscious about our mental health status, man. So we always start each show off and we ask just for transparency and honesty. How the hell are you doing?
I'm doing real good. I'm a little tired,
A little tired?
but we in there.
But
How
is it
you
from
feeling?
like a good thing, because there's good tide and
Yeah.
bad tide.
I was outside all weekend. Well, I was outside all
Hold on,
weekend.
because I got a backtrack. You have kids, right?
Mhm.
So now was it mommy outside or was it
It was
a grown woman
Mamiana.
outside?
It was both of them, all in one.
Oh, you tired.
Yes, I'm tired.
You
I
tired,
am
tired.
tired. Yes, but I mean, it was worth it. We had a time. We had a time.
Yeah, okay. Chocolate City was out there with you, was she?
I wish, Ashley, you got to come on next time, baby. You got
Uh,
to come on with it.
come on, cut up with it. You out there? You say Gonzalez?
Mhm.
Okay. That's
How
what's
we
up, though,
feeling? How
man.
you doing, broski?
You know what, man? It was a week. It was a week, but made it through it. These seasons change,
Mhm.
allergies, sinuses beat me down bad. Start physically taking me down through the but nah, man, had to work through it. Uh I was just glad to get through the work week for the most part.
I
And
feel it.
personally just allow myself to get some rest. I don't think people understand this. Whew. For people who constantly go, there's a really fine line between for us, we feel like there's a fine line between resting and being lazy.
Mhm.
And it's hard um to do one if you feel guilty about the other.
Right.
You try to get some rest and then man, it's other things I could be doing, and you'll beat yourself up over it or whatever.
That's right.
Look here, give her the night off. What she doing tuning in? I ain't mad. What's
Hey,
up, Cole?
Cole. Come on
But now,
down, Cole. We can go outside together.
that's a Louisiana girl through and through. So
We can go outside together.
yeah. I definitely gotta holler when I come back through, man. If I can
Come
make it
on
all the
with
way to Gonzales, but I'll let you know. Anyway, but no, we just toe that line very finely, man. And when I'm the type of person that, I know some folks like, man, you just gotta push through it. Sometimes you just pushing through it could be the worst thing possible. You end
it.
up
Yeah,
doing more damage, and I'm
for
learning
sure.
when it's okay to scale back. So we there.
You
made
gotta
it through.
hold that space for you.
Look at you, got another one, got another one. Hey, what's happening?
Hey, sis.
See, this is what I'm talking about. And
Hey,
we gonna get into
hey.
all that. I'm loving this. I'm loving people show up for you.
All the time. That's my tribe.
So that's what I'm saying, man. We gonna get into all that. Because we're gonna have a very in-depth conversation about that. But first things first, okay, so we got the how the hell are you out the way. Now I gotta ask the most difficult question of the night.
What you got?
I need the best era of R&B, 80s or 90s.
I mean, I feel like 70s could have joined the chat. I'm just like,
Woo! Look at you. Look at you.
I feel like, you know, they were kind of in leagues of their own, though. I'm biased because I'm a 90s baby. You know, I am. But it's all just, it all do something for me.
All of it, huh?
But I'm going to have to go with 90s on this one
Due to
for
the
the home
bias.
team. Yeah, due to my bias.
Okay,
If it
okay.
wasn't the 90s, it's the 70s, but you ain't put them in the chat.
See, you know
So,
what? I'm gonna throw that out there. 70s, 80s, 90s. I need that.
yes.
Matter of fact, I need y'all to go ahead and jump in them comments with that, man. Look, first thing first, let me back up. Shout out to our folks over at BWNC Radio, man. Listen, you say you support your people. Don't just talk about it, be about it. We got an app out here free for you. Free 99. Download it. You get dope music. You get dope podcasts. The entire iAmWoe Media Group is on there. The whole fam. Download the app. We rolling 24/7, 365. Stop playing. BWNC Radio is where it's at. Um, so definitely want to give them a shout out. Give a shout out to everybody on iAmWoe Media Group. All Things Undone podcast, Breaking Barriers podcast, Underground Sports King. That's right, UGSK, get it in. Um, Dylan's Dive Bar. She Talking Tea, which aired yesterday. That was her third episode of the season. She goes quarterly for this year. But that's my girl Cole, man, holding it down, coming into her own. I'm loving it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like a proud father, boy. I be like, look at my baby.
I be sleep out like this week. I was asleep.
It's cool. You know what happened with that? We have them on video right here. This is for those who like the visual, type of thing, feel like it's a show. But please believe we got audio episodes out there individually, all on Spotify. Go enjoy it. But as well, like I said, BWNC Radio. And actually, we're gonna lock down a full time slot. So every single day, there will be a dope podcast running at the same time. I'm gonna line all that up. But it's coming, man. So there's no
All
excuse.
right.
If you say you with your folk, we everywhere. We everywhere. Also, shout out to Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, everybody who's tuning in live tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you hit that button, like and subscribe, follow, and the most important button is share. Share it with everybody. Put it up on your TV. Have a watch party. Enjoy this shit because we're gonna have fun with it.
For
Now,
sure.
70s, 80s, 90s R&B. Who had the better?
I'm gonna say
See,
70s.
here the tough part for me. Some of my favorite artists ran through all three decades.
Mm-hmm.
So, like for instance, Michael Jackson. You got to remember the time in the 90s.
Right.
Then you got ooh, he hit him with the lady of my life. People don't, they don't
People
know
don't be on
what your
music.
boy say.
Yes.
Oh, bell pepper knows Michael Jackson. That Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm. He hit
That was,
different.
come on, man.
He hit
He
different.
had a whole different vibe with him, man. But even then, just that Jackson stage, man. The Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So 70s, 80s, 90s. Whitney was in the 80s.
Right.
But some would say the best of Whitney's didn't hit to the 90s.
That's when she
New
turned up.
Edition was the 80s. But some would say the best of New Edition was the 90s.
Yeah,
It's tough.
it is. I was
It's
thinking,
tough.
more Earth, Wind, and Fire.
The elements.
Yes, all of
That's why I
them.
said the elements, the Commodores, the OJs. Teddy
Yeah.
P was at his best in the 80s. Yo, Marvin Gaye in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. All right, so
Better
let's see here.
know.
I'm gonna go to the comments before I gotta come here. Okay. Ashley,
Hey,
that's
just
tough
let me
when music
know.
was good, good. You feel me? Good, good.
Too
Say it like
good.
you're in church. Good, good. Yes. Yes.
All right. All right.
That was tough because yeah. I'm with the 90s. Taisha said 90s. Okay, so two 90s. I'm outnumbered either way it go. I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm a roll. I think I'm a roll. I think I'm a roll with the 80s. And I know I'm from the 80s.
I'm a still
See,
pick
see,
around
this
there.
right here, pause just for a second. This is why we always getting on black folks. They will not follow the rules when I said or. I didn't go and or. Look at Cole. Look at Cole.
Cole said, and she
80s
said both
and
of
90s.
them. She said
Both
both
of
of
them.
them.
Stop
Both of
making up your own rules. Pick one. Yeah, it's tough.
them. Trying to tell you.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm going with the 80s on that one. It was original music. It was more beautiful music.
Mm-hmm.
Even more passion was involved.
Right.
Um, it didn't have anything like okay, you had some of the 70s singers that kind of bloomed and came into their own into the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like just more raw and the message. There was no confusion. When a man wanted
Right.
you, he went out his way to make sure you knew he wanted you.
He said, come here.
When a woman wanted something from you, she I ain't holding no punches.
She
Even if it wasn't hers to take.
she said, Hannah here.
Barbara and Shirley had their best conversation in there. Hey man. What we
Trying to
got
tell
here?
you.
Shady says the 80s. Okay, yeah, that's what I said. I'm rolling with the 80s, man. It just had
Right.
more impact on my life. Courtney,
Cole
you
said
ain't a
both
rebel
of
on that. You just being defiant. Pick one.
them.
All
Yeah.
right, man. Let's push over from here.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to bring up a topic that we talked about in a discussion offline in meeting we had. And it's something that me and Cole have really been because it's always something going on social media where men barking at women, women barking at men, and there's just a general question that me and Cole had, but it seems like it's not. We're not the only ones thinking like that. It's called the
Right.
Great Divide. Is social media today causing a divide between black men and black women? Now, before you answer that, let me show you what brought this idea up.
Okay.
But when I tell you social media is amplifying the divide between black men and black women, pages like Justin LA Boy, pages like Spiritual World, who take the most toxic messages from Twitter and all other platforms, put them in one space that are purposely perpetuating narratives that we really aren't interacting with in the real world. You go on a date, you're not having these conversations, but you go on social media and these conversations are constantly repeated, and none of it is solution focused. It's all what they do, what's not being done, and it's not productive. It's not pushing us forward, and what's happening is we are internalizing a lot of trauma that does not belong to us. So
say it again.
so we are internalizing a lot of relationship trauma that does not belong to us. So let's say for me personally, right, I've never been cheated on. But let's say I go and I follow a bunch of women who talk about the fact that, oh, I've been cheated on, all these niggas cheat, they steady cheating. I'm going to sit there and be like, oh yeah, niggas, they all cheat. That's all they do. And I'm not self-aware enough to really understand that that's not even my shit. That's not my baggage. That's somebody else's baggage. So one thing we really have to do is learn how to detach from some of these messages that we are constantly internalizing.
So yeah, that was the gist of the conversation. I know for sure me and Cole had been having.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like there's no solution at all to any of this. It's always finger pointing being involved. He did this, she did this, he says that, she says that. Yeah, you're right, and it's breaking families. Um, it's breaking families and it's preventing families from even being established.
Mm.
Um, but I want to know what your thoughts are on the whole conversation, really. Um,
I
Social
mean,
media for black men and black women.
it's really about perspective and perception. Um, and having the wisdom to separate what you got going on from how the lady on the plane said that, it's not real. So it's kind of just getting on here, you see other people's stuff, just being able to, for one, be conscious of what you're feeding yourself. You can hit unfollow, you can hit, I don't want to see this. When you're not looking at certain type of content, it's not going to come up on your algorithm and stuff like that. But it's just honestly, it's really about mindset. You have a lot of people who are just walking around and they unhealed, they shell of people, fragmented people. They're not really whole. And they projecting on the internet, and it's just really up to us of whether we're gonna let that penetrate how we really feel and how we moving in real life. Because social media is an optical illusion, like I was saying earlier about how the light sitting on my face. It's really just it's really about where you are, what type of frequency you vibrating on and stuff like that. Because I get what she's saying, but it's not really just black women, white and well, black men and black women. It's really everybody. It's really you got people out here. You got this one showing ass all day, all over the internet, and then you got the man, he can get mad at this woman, and that's the first thing he gonna see. Then once he start watching the ass shaking videos, he gonna keep scrolling. Then you gonna see the men who hate women projecting their pain because they might ain't hug them enough. Then you keep scrolling. It's about what you want to feed yourself and how you want to perceive it.
I love that you said all of that. It is about what you allow into, you know, your mental, what you allow on your
Mm-hmm.
timeline. I mean, there's some things where they're just strictly entertainment. And do you have? See, I'm not one who's easily guided by things. So like
Facts.
just because it's I see it doesn't necessarily mean, and even though I'm a visual person, but just because I see it doesn't mean I internalize it. Doesn't mean that it's moving me that way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know how they used to talk about rap lyrics in back in the day, and it's blame the rap lyrics. That's the reason that we are our boys out here in these streets, and they want to be this and they want to be that. I ain't never been one who was behind all that.
Right.
I don't listen to this. I'm a hip hop head through and through. You feel me? Like I was on when LL first got on. I was on when NWA started popping. I was on when Snoop's first, his debut album dropped. Gangsta music was at its rawest. I was on when the Ghetto Boys was doing their thing. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I was on when Snoop popped back around, like I said, when Murder Was the Case, and
Right.
we could go word for it. But at the same time, it wasn't in me. I didn't internalize it like, oh yeah, that's gonna be part of my life. That's how it's gonna, I'm gonna mirror this. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm the same way with certain things on social media, but at the same time, I do feel if you overwhelm yourself with it, it can become a part of you.
Right.
And so if I go back to the music thing, I could say all that about hip hop, but then I knew, hey, I'm starting to my mood is different. Let me get some R&B in my life. Let me get some gospel in my life. Let me get some jazz in my life.
Facts.
I love all that. And I'm the same way with my stuff. So I know when I'm hearing too much he said, she said, finger pointing going on, hey man, I'm sick of this. Turn this shit
Right.
off.
That's it.
Cause it really is really not a solution out here. I mean, where there is, but let me say this. At least the discussion is being had. It's just unfortunately we don't have a mode for how the discussion should go.
Right.
So, or a template, if you would. So we don't have anything to sit back and help us kind of navigate ourselves through some of this stuff. Because a lot of us do have trauma. A lot of us have been through some
Mm-hmm.
shit. And unfortunately, which I've also had to tell people when they're answering certain things, try to answer the question without making it about you
Facts.
and your actual individual personal stuff you've been through. You're generalizing everybody to your shit, and it don't match. I can't
Right.
relate. Um, but that's not how people respond to stuff. You look at them comments. The
Mm-hmm.
comments are more toxic than the conversation.
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna say about them. It's the most sensitive, desensitized as generation to ever generate, because it's a he say, she say, but what she say is it's not hey sus, we in Canada now.
Uh-oh.
But
Six God,
it's
what's up?
really, you know, it's not really it's not social media, it's not music, it's not anything, but I mean the only thing that can bridge the gap is black men and black women. We can sit here and blame it on whatever it is. It's really just stop being so, how they say it, kind of like what Coach said in the comments, program, but it's really just how you gonna be sensitive and desensitized to what's in front of you at the same time. It's just like pick a struggle.
So what I love about it is, like I said, the conversation is being had. We'll never get to a solution if we always avoiding talking about that. It's kind of like a relation, like just a relationship in general. If you constantly avoid the subject, you will never find your solution. And so you'll
Right.
always be back and forth, bitter, angry, upset, and to a point where you can get, and say, what the hell we mad about again? You know. So I know that the conversation needs to be had. I just wish we could do all right. So what I wanted to do from my perspective here on the show, when or what we're doing with podcasts in general, I
Mm,
want us to I want to lead the troops. I want to show people what a healthy conversation looks like.
right.
Um, so I'm never gonna run from anything, but at the same time, when I realize stuff is getting too personal from one side, like hold on, pause. You're trying to because I have a penis, you're trying to hold me accountable for somebody else's shit. I didn't do it,
That's true.
or because you're a woman, you're trying to make this woman represent the representation for all the women who wronged you, or the one woman
Trying to
who
tell
really
you.
just tore your heart out or whatever. Um, and that's wrong. You know, we can't do that. That's why I say you have to take certain parts of yourself out of the conversation,
Right.
and let's find a healthy way to get things discussed, which is what we're going to continue to do here on iAmWoe podcast. That's the whole point of what we do here on this specific episode is working on our level of communication, especially for Black men, because that's just
Mm-hmm.
not our strong suit. But it can be.
It
I
can.
don't. I don't want us to ever get comfortable with. Oh, we just don't do that. We didn't. We can. You willing to
Yeah.
work? Let's work. I
Let's
am.
get it.
Let's
Let's
get it.
go.
All right. Let's take a quick pause for a sec. We're gonna take a quick little break, about a minute or so. I ask everybody, thank you again for tuning in. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on iAmWoe Podcast on BWNC Radio. Again, it's C, it's Woe. Stay tuned, man. We are back here on BWNC Radio. This is iAmWoe Podcast. I'm your host, Dwayne Sutton, aka Woe. And again, my girl C is in the building with us, man, part of the iAmWoe Media Group family. Again, we just thank you for joining us tonight. You still hanging in there with us, man?
Yeah. Look,
She's
I'm
hanging.
tired, but I'm here.
I got
I'm
you,
with
sis.
it.
You ride with me, man. We gonna make this thing work.
We
Um,
rocking and rolling.
there it is. That's what I like to hear. So again, man, as y'all saw, BWNC Radio Weird said, make sure you download that app free. Put it on your app, your kids' app. Take it with you in the gym, in the car, uh, or post up and put it on Alexa, your Google devices, whatever, and have at it, man. Let it play out throughout the house, man. But just enjoy it. It's a platform that's almost like Fubu. It's for us, and it's definitely biased. You feel me? So anyway,
Yeah.
now let's get back to doing what we does. Um, this one, ladies, I got a question, and it's not really a question presented by me, but you know, it came from a woman, but it was definitely thought provoking. And I know I hear women say, "I'm on my healing journey," and I wanted to have this conversation with you because I know you specialize in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I hear people say, "I'm on my healing journey," but I don't always see the change. I don't always see where you're healing it. Because again, like I tell you, when those conversations come up, I see more hurt coming out than the healing that you're supposed to have been working on.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is always, are you really healing? What's happening again, man? All things undone is in the house. What's going on, Cheryl? Um, so here's how it was presented. Stay with us.
There's a type of female narcissism that I want to bring to the forefront. It's the type of female that thinks that she can literally do no wrong. She is the one that claims that she's on a healing journey, but she's not going to therapy. Or if she is going to therapy, she's manipulating the therapist to believe that she's the victim. She doesn't take into account any part of what she's done to get the reaction out of said person she's claiming as the abuser. And if you at all, at any point in time, try to hold her accountable for things that she has done that was wrong, she's going to hate you. She's going to be really upset with you, and she's going to make you feel bad for it. When I say make you feel bad, she's going to shame you, and she's going to guilt you, and she's going to deflect that responsibility in a way to put you in a place that you are wrong. If they try to use their vulnerability, they only use it to get people to believe more of the fact that they're the victim. These females are dangerous, no matter how sweet they seem. That's all.
Appreciate it. Just wanted to give credit for who the video belonged to. But that hit me because I know a lot of men have been labeled that way. And
Yeah.
I'm not doubting that that is real. I've seen it. I've also seen it in me, in women. And
Yeah.
please believe this is not a finger point moment, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going against everything I just said. This is more so, let's just be real about our shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I see it, I think we need to speak on it.
For sure.
And this is how we start to do the work. Let's have a real conversation. Now, I'm bringing this to you because, like I said, I know you dabble and deal in the healing, the spiritual journey.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you come across women who like to talk about it but aren't really ready to do the work?
Yeah. That's that's with that's with a lot of things. Sometimes right now there's you got them pushing the shadow work journal, and everybody's talking about healing
I've seen
and
that.
going on a journey. So it's a trend, so it looks good, it sounds good, and if you start to dabble in it a little bit, it might feel good, but there is a lot of work that has to be done on it, that people are not gonna see. Now, when I healed, I I disappeared. I was just like, why ain't, y'all saw me, like I pop out, like I rear my head a little bit here and there, let y'all know I'm good, I'm alive. But healing is ongoing. It's never gonna be a point where you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm just healed and everything. That's what my sister would call a healing fantasy. We walking around fantasizing that you are healed. So, and in their mind, they really might be healed until triggers and triggers. If you where there's trauma, there's triggers. I have triggers, but it's in growing and doing the work and learning how to manage. Not really avoid them because they're gonna be there. It's simple stuff that trigger me sometimes, but it's your response, trauma responses, trigger responses. So, now narcissism does not have a gender. You could be male, female, trans, whatever you want to be, and you could be a freaking narcissist.
Say that
It's just
again.
it just is what it is with that. But I mean, even with my healing journey, because you know how I used to be, how my mouth can be. But it's just like it's times where I have to take a step back sometimes when people bring, fuckery to me. Like you're trying to get me to react and respond in the way that the unhealed me would, so you get the satisfaction of saying I'm not healed because you're not ready to heal. So
Mm.
it's just like, I hope you heal. I'm gonna pray that you heal that. I'm gonna pray that you do that. Now, I know a lot of women who doing a damn thing with healing. But like I said, it's trending. It's a hashtag. It's you know, good morning, not really good morning, blessed rising, and all this stuff, grand rising. And you have all these people who see the people who are actually doing the work and they kind of fantasize of being that way. It's kind of like they have an identity crisis. And sometimes they could just be like, people don't like accountability, especially females. I'm gonna say, I always say, but men, y'all be allergic to it. But really, when you have with more women than men, and when being the fact that women in the, they're not really with that accountability shit, they're gonna pick and poke at the men and hold y'all accountable for everything.
Here's
So,
what here's my truth on that part.
mhm,
I love accountability. I love it
mhm,
because I don't like I have a certain way I want to carry myself and move.
right,
And I don't know if I'm out of line until somebody checks me. You feel me? I don't know if I'm out of line until somebody lets me know
right,
where I'm going wrong. And even then, but I do need it to come from somebody I trust. Because not everybody's intention is really to make you uh they don't want to really bring anything positive to you. They don't want to actually see you on your shit. So sometimes people will tell you things just to tear you down. So I always try to make sure if I'm gonna be held accountable by someone, it's gonna be by someone I trust.
right,
Um, but I know that I'm a big I love this is my thing. There's a difference between grown men and adult males.
mhm,
Adult males is a nice way of saying fuck boys. You feel me? But
right,
there's a difference between grown men and adult males. Grown men do not mind being held accountable. We need to know these things. Again, it's a reality check for us, or as the DT likes to say, our TI versus TIP moment. We will get in the
mhm,
mirror and check ourselves over. Have you been where you needed to be with your family, with your, specifically in your siblings, your children, your parents, your spouse? Have you been what they needed you to be? Have you been available to them? Um, have you done the work with
right,
God? Have you had your conversations? Not just when it's going wrong or when it's going right. You know what I'm saying? Have you just had your conversations? Has he heard from you? Hold yourself
right,
accountable. If it's going to be things that you end up preaching to your children or preaching to your family, friends, and things of that nature, you got to make sure you practicing as well.
mhm,
Have to. So no, I applaud that. But at the same time, like I said, I hold my brothers accountable. And
mhm.
but this is me having a conversation and saying everybody need to be held accountable.
Everybody needs accountability.
Everybody does, ladies. And I know you said
Mhm.
I've seen fights come from trying to hold a woman accountable.
Yeah, they will really unfriend you. They will really like they don't want to be bothered. Um, once you start holding them accountable, and it's like it's not enough of it, which is the reason, that hey sister, that's my sister, that's my blood sister.
What's up?
Um, but yeah, honestly, that's why you have so many people following the trend and nobody's checking them for it. nobody's really saying anything, because in healing, it's really not, when you're actually doing the work, you don't really want to condemn people, and things like that. That's not really of God. You don't condemn people for, that's their process. It was times in my healing process, even now, I still might bust somebody head to the white meat, and I'm doing a damn good job with managing. You know what I'm saying? Like, a damn good job with managing everything, and I really elevated, and I'm continuously elevating. But the inability of being able to hold each other accountable in the female community, um, that's why so many people are able to hop on this trend. Um,
That one got some smoke with it. Come on, Cheryl, what you doing?
uh-huh. Yeah, she said what she said. But yeah, it's really just, that's why these females are hopping on the trend and like, oh, healing this, healing that, and nobody's really checking them because of that accountability. And plus, when you try to check them, yeah, she right. But really, the girl who made the video was projecting a little bit too, but that's a different type of conversation too.
And was it? I don't think everything has to. Everything isn't for social media.
Mm-mm.
hmm Sometimes you can tell when people are doing things and saying things, and you can tell this isn't really just to create a discussion. You kind of venting. You telling on
Mm-hmm.
somebody without,
Yeah,
you
instead of
know.
just, and that's another thing with accountability, because I don't care if it's a possum, I'm finna hold it accountable. And if I'm gonna go speak on it, I'm gonna be like, that raggedy ass possum did XYZ to me. I'm gonna hold it accountable. I'm not gonna sit here and sub you and be like, just say that your friend said she was healing. And then another thing that happens when you're in your healing process, you have to hold people accountable that have hurt you. You have to hold yourself accountable for allowing the stuff to continue. Sometimes that don't feel good to other people, and they will start talking shit about you. I done been there.
You know
So,
what? I'm gonna ask you a question. So part of the healing,
mm-hmm.
I want to hear it from somebody who, again, I know you walk this walk.
Yeah.
Is it okay when you realize there's no healthy conversation that can take place? Is it okay for you to say, let me back up and make sure I'm good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave you to whatever this mess is.
Right.
And I'm gonna just back up into my own space and protect my own mental peace.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is that okay though? Is that okay
Yeah.
when it comes to actually healing?
Yeah, because it's not a one size fits all. So basically, if I had to put a scenario to it, it was times during my healing process. It's a lot of people I had to hold accountable that I'm never gonna get an apology from. They're not
Mm,
gonna apologize. They will never. They're gonna die feeling like they did nothing wrong to me. But in reality, I lived through it. I know it was wrong, and I'm in a
got some
point.
smoke too.
Yeah, I'm at a point where it's like, okay, I'm healing. My healing process is not for the next person. It's not for who hurt me. It's for myself. So you can hold that person accountable, whether you want to go say it to them, whether you need to write it in a letter and give it to them, or whether you want to write it in a letter just to get it off of you. It's really, you have to be okay with the apologies. It's not going to come. You have to be okay with, not really, it's not get over it. It's feel it, heal it, and push, continue to push forward. Because you got to understand that all that pain, there's purpose in all of that pain. So it's going to fuel what you're supposed to be doing. It's going to fuel you walking in your purpose. You had to experience these pains. You had to experience the trauma so that you can be triumphant. And your triumph, that light from you overcoming these things, is going to save somebody else. That can show somebody else. Because if I got up here and talked about half the stuff that I've experienced, everybody would be like, "What? Like how? And oh, and
Oh,
I
I
would
got it.
have,
I got a movie. I'm waiting. I'm holding it to the side.
I'm trying to tell you, it's really just everybody's healing journey is different, and I can't, sit here and tell you how many times somebody done told me that, oh, somebody told me, well, you in therapy, but I'm like, you're just mad, and that's okay. Look, I'm putting it out. I'm making a movie. It's a little too ghetto for Lifetime.
You know
I'm gonna
what?
take it to Tyler Perry. But yeah, it's just
Hell
really,
no.
it's a
Taking
little
it to
too
Tyler
ghetto.
Perry. He gonna put
But
somebody
it's
with a
just
bad braid wig on and no, I'm good.
But it's just, you really, everybody's walk is gonna be different. I'm never gonna sit here now. If one of my friends or somebody close to me, if they sitting here and they on some healing fuck shit, I'm gonna be like, hey, that ain't it. Let's if we gonna be anything, we gonna be for real. But you gotta just stick to the facts, not your feelings, but the facts. This hurt, and how do I
See,
move past it? Well, how do I heal through it?
I loved it. I'm I recently had a discussion about advice, and I know I'm usually the type that is I sit back and mind my business, and no matter how
Mhm.
hard it is to watch my people, family, whoever, go through it.
Right.
If they didn't ask me for it, I mind my business. And even though I know I might have the answer for them, they didn't ask for it. So I gotta mind my
Mhm.
business. And that's hard. Like it hurts here. It hurts
Right.
to watching people suffer. At the same time, when I see people, this is where it becomes an internal struggle for me. When I see people talking about healing, or I see people talk about growth, and then I see that same person who's talking about growth and healing be as immature as they want to be. Look like not just they took a how the church say they backslid. you know,
Mhm.
like they slid all the way back.
Right.
And decide to be petty, be childish, um, not really work through your steps and actually communicate properly. I
Mhm.
want to speak up in those moments and address it. And I feel that if it's family or a close friend, I should be able to do that. However,
You
that's where the
should.
internal struggle comes. They didn't ask for this. You got to let them go
They
through it,
don't
even
know.
if it is a mess.
It.
They didn't ask for this. And it
So,
could backfire and now make it even bigger mess. So
right.
I'll ask for me personally, what would be your advice for that? Because I'm asking for advice on that little piece.
Yeah. I mean, if I love you, I'm not about to. I actually said something like this earlier because it's a dude, trying to talk something or whatever. And I ain't like how he was presenting his. He was talking about some people. I shouldn't know certain stuff about certain people, and I don't really mess with
Mm,
that. But the thing is,
mm,
if I love you, that means you're close to my heart. Anybody know my sister on here? We have cut up. And the thing is, but we're not going. You never catch us on Facebook cutting up against each other or sitting up there and publicly going at each other. If I love you, I'ma stick beside you in public, but I'ma correct you in private. So if you mean that much to me and I care that much about you, because I'm not gonna lie. I'm a healing healer, okay? So I still have triggers. I still have things that we never gonna do it. I still have things that are just that are triggers for me. And sometimes I'm gonna let you have it. It's gonna be from a place of love, but I will crack your head to the white meat and pray with you right
mm.
after. Immediate the same hands, I will really pray for you right after. But that's part of it. You're still human, even though you're healing and things like that. You're still human. You're gonna have things that affect you, but if that's a teachable moment, and that's a moment to really show somebody, I'm in your corner. I see you. I see that you're hurting in private. Just correct them, and all you could do is just. I had to tell somebody. I hope you're watching this the other day. Regardless of what you're doing, I don't have to agree, but I tell you I love you, and you don't have to question that. So if I love you, I love you. And in loving you, I have to stand on that love and support you. Whether I agree or not, I'm going to support you. I'm going to tell you what it is and what it ain't, but I'm going to stick beside you because I love you. But I'm going to correct you. And you do what you want with it, but you're going to know it's coming because love is an action word. You can feel it. When it's real, you're going to be able to see it and feel it. So I say, when your people cutting up, if it's bothering you, that means you care. So you just tell them, like pull them to the side, DM them, like, hey, you don't gotta do all that. Let's talk about this. How can I help you? If you have the capacity for they fuck shit, because sometimes I don't be having the space.
That's my last one. Then we're gonna pull off of that. My personal opinion. Um, I view everyday life like a plate of food. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, on a plate of food, no matter how much you think you can handle, that plate can only hold so much.
Yep.
Sometimes your eyes are bigger than your stomach and you will pile on them. But still, that plate can only hold so much. And I firmly believe that when we get to a point where we recognize this plate is full, ain't nothing else going on here, we have to be honest with ourselves and say, I can't handle anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I said, I compare that plate of food to life. And that's how I feel about life. We take on a lot as adults.
Yep.
You got children, you got your spouse. Even if you're single, you deal with things personally, alone, that you have to
Mm-hmm.
coach yourself through. We got these bills, we got these jobs, we got friends, we got so-called friends.
Right.
We got family shit. Because when you love them, they shit is your shit too.
Mm-hmm. They shit is just that. They shit. I don't care how much I look. I'm
Well, I
gonna
mean, that's how it
say.
feels. That's how it feels.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, I
Cause you
love them
care.
enough that I'm carrying. I don't want to see you hurt. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, so when they come to you and they want to talk or they need your, some help on X, Y, and Z, and if you don't have the capacity to do it, I'm a firm believer in saying
I have
it's okay to
capacity.
say I love you, and I want to be there for you, but I'm overwhelmed right now. My plate is full,
Yeah.
and I
You ain't
can't
gotta say
be
all that.
what you need me to be.
You don't even gotta say all that. Well, they know how to tell them. I either say my plate is two French fries away from tipping over, or I'm gonna say I'm spread thinner than a Missy Hell edges. That's what I'm gonna say.
Cat.
That's what I'm gonna say. Every time because I had a problem with that, but you can't pour from an empty cup. So,
But you know where I learned that is because I had someone in my life, and yes, I say had. I had someone in my life. I found that the relationship was one sided because they were constantly needing me to pour into them, listen to them and their problems, and and
right.
and and be there, support them through their stuff. And I realized after we were no longer, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they never really asked me how I was doing. They
No.
never really checked in to see if everything. They never asked if anything was good going on in my life. They only
Oh,
called to talk. Damn it, I was a therapist. I just wasn't getting paid for it.
can I tell you something?
What's up?
You got this thing. Well, you are everything to everybody, but you don't require nothing. And you gotta require a little bit more for yourself.
Well, the way I see it is, and that's what makes me whoa. Um, I'm the brother. I'm the friend. I'm the counselor. Because I just, but I'm gonna be whatever I can to my people when needed. At the same
Hmm.
time, I know when I can't.
But
You know,
you
and
gotta
then, but
require a little something. You not saying that you have to do things.
well, what I require now is reciprocity.
Yeah, and you gotta let them know. Cause don't come over. I'ma say, don't come over here asking my broski for what you can't give him in return.
That's just where it's at. Like that, I need
I'ma say it
reciprocity.
for
Like
you.
you know how the people say it. It's kind of like the whole conversation back in the day. If I didn't, if I didn't call or text anyone, my phone would be silent.
Right.
It's that type of thing where if I don't reach out to anyone to see how they doing this and that, that's where it was. Am I there now? No,
Mm-hmm.
hell nah. And that's also why I don't reach out as much as I used to either to some people.
Right. But you
Um,
still have to require. You have to make it a requirement. It's like, cause you know you done came to me, it be like, see how you doing, and I'm like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You these things to everybody, but you gotta, hey, you have to. This is the way you know when you're pouring. You can also be replenished there because you the brother, the counselor, the friend, the therapist, the preacher. But who's gonna support you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
don't be
And I
coming
feel
over here
that.
asking woe for
And
what
and
y'all
and
can't
I'm
give
gonna
him
tell
back.
your sister something real quick. I don't follow that. I'm gonna tell you why. When she said I reached, they reached. This is why. This is why I'm woke. Again, everybody ain't built like me, and I understand that. This is why I don't subscribe to it though. Um, I'm not gonna sit back and just wait for folk to come to me. I know some people, they don't know how to ask for help. They don't know how to, and it's not just a man, woman. Like I said, it's people in general. And there have been times in my life where I needed somebody to confide in. Even if it wasn't it could be a one. I just need you to listen. You ain't gotta say shit back. You know how you had it.
Right.
Um, I've needed that, and I didn't have anybody to go there with. So I'm only making myself available like that to certain people.
Mhm.
But at the same time, and that's why I said it's different now. But back then, it used to frustrate me because
Yeah.
I was like, I don't get it. You're only setting yourself up to be hurt. What are you to
Mhm.
yourself is if you're all to others. Again, I did it because, like I said, I do it because I remember being in those spots. I remember losing my daughter. And first of all, I always say this. I knew I was in trouble when my mother held me, and that didn't make it better. When mama can hold you and it don't get better, you was in a dark
Mhm.
space. But even then, there wasn't the world didn't give two shits about what you got going on. Let me just be real. The job was like,
Right.
all right, you only got so long to heal. You need to get back on this clock. Make this
Mhm.
money for me, not for you. The bills was like, you need to make the money for you. So you only
Right.
got so long to heal for you need to get back on this clock. Uh, there were a few people. I'm sorry you're going through prayers for the family, and then the calls got quiet. My greatest conversation didn't come from a being; it came from God.
Mhm. All you need.
So, um, and that's where my healing came from. But at the same time, once I did get there, that's when I realized how lonely it was. Everybody went back to their own little merry way. Wasn't nobody there to check,
Mhm.
because there's other things you go through. I, as a man, was hurting, but my child's mother had her own pain, and she was lashing out.
Yeah.
And nobody saying how you handling that.
Mhm. They
But
not gonna
nobody
ask.
saying, is there anything I can do to help? So I said, I don't want to be that way. I'm not gonna sit back and just be the one who waits for other people. Now, again, I hit you, but I ain't gonna bug you either.
Mhm.
One thing you ain't gonna never say is, "Whoa, didn't check on me."
Right.
You ain't gonna never have that. But I ain't gonna bug you either. Like just every damn day. Like, come on now, I know you need something. What's up? I'm not finna beg to help. That's when I learned. Why do I have to beg to help you?
Right. You shouldn't have to.
Stupid shit, right?
Mhm.
Anyway, man. But nah, I'm gonna bag off of that. Appreciate that, Miss Gwen. That's the Canada right there, right?
Yeah, that's my Canada sister, babe.
That's what's up. Again, everybody tuning in, man. I love the comments. I love the feedback. If you got questions about anything, man, slide over in the comments. We love to interact with our people. That's what we do here. Um, Nobody cares about what a man goes through, brother. That's where you wrong. I give a shit. I do.
Tell them.
Um, and that's again, that's what makes me whoa. I do.
Right.
I'm different. I ain't gonna let my brother sit out here and just die off like that, thinking nobody cares. I created this shit so you knew somebody cared, and you doing exactly what you're supposed to do. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. I respect that. But I don't subscribe to that. Like I said, I do. And I ask you, please follow. Get on here weekly so you can get what you
Mm-hmm.
need to get. That's why the podcast really came about. We not like all these other folks who just want to put a mic in front of us and say
Trying
some
to
old
tell
hateful
you.
shit. I'm here to build my people up, man. I'm sorry. I know the positivity don't sell, but I'm not gonna change my mission because my mission ain't my mission. It's the mission the Most High put me on. So I stand on that. Positivity is what it is. Now,
Right.
see, we finna get to the real of it though.
Oh, it's time for my interview. My interview.
No, interview. It's my
My
interview.
interview. My interview.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get into it, man. That's what C said. For the people who don't know, don't understand. C and I go way back, but I knew her in a different space. Okay.
Yes.
She was not this controlled, poised, but sure personality. She was not that.
Right. At all.
Um, C was a different animal back then. Thank God
I'm
for
telling
evolution,
you.
right?
Thank God for growth.
Thank God for growth and evolution.
Thank God for
But no,
growth.
so I'm the type I sit back and I pay attention. All right. I know that this whole media group is a journey. And I did not place my cell phone because again, it started with a man. Look at her. Don't do me
You see
now.
my sister?
Don't
She
do me
said,
now. This
Jamal.
is love right here. I can say these things. It's not malicious. No, I can say it because I see the growth in you.
Right.
And like I said, I sit back and I watch from a distance. And I trust the Most High to continue to guide me. I didn't ask to be on this journey, and so it started, like I said, with just a man at a cell phone talking and getting his thoughts out. You know, battling through depression and anxiety, fighting for my life. That's what the whole thing started as, and and it has now evolved into 6 shows. I could back up to so when you say, "How am I doing? How the hell am I?" We just had our busiest week. 6 shows in 7 days. iAmWoe
Yeah.
Media Group is definitely we're establishing ourselves as a presence. So that's where it's grown from one man just with a cell phone, having no clue what the hell I'm doing. Now we got 6 different shows. God is good. But
All the
I,
time.
I I know we had our discussion. You said you're not ready for a podcast yet.
I'm getting there. Listen, I'm coming, y'all.
We got your training wheels on right now. That's cool. I got
Yeah,
you.
I'm coming.
But you say you're not ready for a podcast. But I said, no, I see too much in her. She can't sit on the sidelines like this. People gravitate towards you.
Yeah.
Like you have this aura, and it just draws people in. Positive energy. At the same time, they know you just like I knew you. You gonna keep it raw because you still that firecracker. The stem is just a little longer now.
You're right, yeah.
That stem was short
Yeah.
back in the gap.
I
Still a little
swear.
longer now. But at the same time, like I said, man, people gravitate towards you. And I know people need to heal. It's some hurt
Mm,
folk out there.
for sure.
Like, tell me exactly when you say the healing journey, what exactly uh how are you on that?
I have come a mighty long way. A mighty long way.
Where are you at now? Are
Um,
you in guiding people or
yeah, for sure. I
tell me
got
about it? Tell
them.
me about it.
I mean, I really feel like I specialize in healing and forgiveness. Um, the heal, like I told you, I'm healing, but I can also help others heal. Hey Cheryl,
Cheryl, she part of the family, so she'll be where she's needed.
exactly. I've been
When
told Cheryl, let me come on.
when she's available.
I
That's
just
the
told her
big.
I cuss a lot. I cuss a lot. That's all I had
That's
to tell
cool. Boy,
Cheryl.
if
I
you
cuss
didn't
a
see
lot.
the show, I will invite everybody. Please go watch the last show Cheryl had.
Yeah.
Cussing is the least of the concerns. Okay. It was some adult
I
shit
just
going
cuss a
on
lot.
over there. Let me just say, I'm gonna give y'all a few words, and you'll see what I mean. At one point in time, the woman mentioned that they had something called strawberry cheesecake lube, and
Oh,
I'm gonna leave it at that.
they was getting it in, ain't it?
All things undone went grown as fuck last week.
Baby, I'm gonna have to go watch that recap.
Invite me over there. Yeah, listen, all you got to do is follow iAmWoe Media Group, and all the shows will air over there. But definitely, all things undone. Cheryl will get you an invite.
Right.
We'll have all that information on the iAmWoe Media Group page. But yeah, it was definitely Cheryl. No,
Baby, let me
it was
find
that kind
out.
of joint last week, man. But anyway, man, I'm proud of my people. They've had some great things going on. Another one is Dylan's Dive Bar. She has a drink of the week every week. Love it. Love it. She did mojitos last week. Did an old school week for that. Going down. So, your journey though, where you at on leading others to healing?
I'm popping out. I mean, I'm here to help. Um, I definitely have a lot of wisdom. That reason that people gravitate to me is because that's part of what I'm here to do. I'm here to remind people that it's still good people. You know, when you see me, you see God. That's the big homie.
There it is.
So, I mean, definitely his divine creation. I'm here to help other people heal because if somebody would have told me that I would be where I am right now 2, 3 years ago, I would have been like, there's no way. There's just no way. I was fearful, I was set in my ways. Um, but I've grown a lot and I'm willing to help people that want to be helped and want to do the work get there as well. As you'll see, my tribe is always behind me. They all, been commenting on the live. They here with me. Um, you know, when we rocking, we rolling, we rolling, we rocking. But I'm at a place where I have done the work and I've truly evolved. Um, you'll see Ty, that's my sister, my best friend, my twin, my mentor. She in here too. Um, but I've come a long way and I'm ready to help others do the same. It's time to walk in my purpose because I'm not ordinary. I'm not regular. I'm not basic. I'm definitely set apart and chosen, and I'm saying it in the most humble way, of course. I'm not cocky. Y'all know I'm very
Hey, tell it
laid
like it
back,
is.
but it is what it is, like so, like that. That is, that's it. That's all. But that's why I'm at with it. I mean, I'm here. I got the wisdom. I got my people with me. That's
And
what she said.
you got the label backing you. So,
Hmm.
in case y'all don't know, been hiding under a rock, been slowly trying to pull it out, man. And start to present it. But basically, and keep in mind, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. But
Right.
this is something that, like I said, the Most High has put on me. Like this connection needs to happen. And so, you're not ready for a podcast. That's cool. But the inbox for iAmWoe Media Group is yours. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, Anybody who needs to talk, anybody who has questions, whether it's about parenting, whether it's about love, whether it's about your spiritual journey, which basically comes from the mind of see. You want to know what she said, you'll find
That's
out
what she said.
what she said. You feel me?
That's what
That's what
she
she said.
said.
All right. So iAmWoe Media Group is backing you. So columns, any thoughts you might have, um, anything that you have going on in life that you feel people can relate to, uh,
Hmm.
I fully expect you to be doing your thing, whether it's a live video or whether it's an actual written article or just you engaging with people in the inbox.
All
Uh,
right.
you hold it down for that one. I want to make sure people understand. Look at this flex that Virgo energy.
Big Virgo.
Yeah, but I need people to know, man. Like I said, this has been, like I said, I haven't chased anybody on this platform except Randy. Which again, I know she was like, don't tell him my business. Whatever. We know you was running from the Lord. Anyway, But nah, everybody has come because they see something going on here. Um, and when I did reach out to you, you didn't hesitate. You didn't.
Mm,
You just like, hey, I'm with it. Let's do it. And I know I hadn't even really painted out what it is I expect from you. I usually try to have that for anybody that comes on board, where I need a man, what I expect from him. I hadn't even painted
right.
that out to you, and you was like, let's roll.
Let's get it. Let's
So
go.
I was like, okay, I see. So as I sat back and I watched, people gravitate towards you. They always want to engage with you. The conversation, no matter where they try to take it, you want to always make sure you keep it in the right lane. Um, so nobody can pull you out your character.
Nope.
First and
Not
foremost,
anymore.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
Woo-hoo.
I don't even go there no more. I don't even. Now, if you get me there, we there. We in
If
there.
you know
But
like I know.
it came a mighty long way. I just, I move in love always. Definitely gonna be some stuff in the works. Let's
Okay.
get it.
I got it. And for those who don't know, please be out on look. I'm gonna let you know when it drop. But everything that's on Facebook is eventually going to convert because we are definitely building an iAmWoe Media Group website. Feel me? Um, so I wanna create a place where we can reach the masses. There are some people out here who have been hurt. There are some people who've been damaged, broken, need to heal, aren't sure where to start at. I'm not saying that we directly can heal them, but we may have the resources. Again, we have All Things Undone, which is a platform for people who talk about life after divorce.
Hmm.
Well, that's a place where you can come and find like-minded folks, but at the same time, Cheryl is doing her best with resources to try to find you places for legal help, for counseling, uh, trying to get back into the dating world and mingling, especially if it's been a you're 40, 50 years old, and it's been a while since you've been outside. You need to learn how to do this shit again. So we just want to create places where we can all start to heal. Like I said, I've seen too many black men, too many men, period. We lose the ones we love because we don't know how to communicate properly. We don't know how to talk and express ourselves. We don't know how to say when something hurts, something bothers us. Um, we don't know how to say we need more of the person that we're with. We don't know how to express these things because,
Right.
like brother said earlier, don't kill black. Don't kill what black men think. That's not true.
That's not true at all. He know that.
But but here's the thing: the world. Now I'll say this: the world don't give two fucks.
Mm-mm.
The world doesn't, but there are some people who do.
Who
So
genuinely
don't
do.
generalize and say nobody. The
Right.
world as a whole could give two fucks about what black men think, feel. Get back out here and do what we need you to do. But there are some amazing people out here in this world who do care.
Facts.
And so that's why I said I wanted to create my platform for things like that. We got a sports show. We got a little bit of everything going on. Breaking barriers. No topic is off the table for them. They will
Mm-hmm.
talk about and discuss everything. And I feel like that's needed.
Right. It is.
That's very much needed. And they're gonna have open, honest conversations about that. She talking tea. It's not the tea you want, but it is the tea you need. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what Cole is getting into this space where she's gonna try to inspire some folks and push people into the right spaces with some uncomfortable conversations. I love it. But
Right.
again, we having all these podcasts are here meant to benefit people in a positive way, and not just the podcast. Like I said, you are definitely the woman for the job when it comes to the social media side of things. Um, because you have a face for it, you have a spirit for it, you have the energy for it.
Yes,
And I
sir.
just want to say thank you for
That's
jumping on this journey.
nothing. I'm with it. Definitely got some stuff in the works. See, I was working on some stuff, and then you hit me up, and it was just like, okay,
What tell
let's
me
pop
tell me
out.
what you got coming down the line that the people need to know about though.
The people need to know I'm gonna start doing my cover diary. While I pop out, I'm gonna get on here and be singing to y'all my little renditions. I'm gonna be breaking down all my '70s music.
Uh-oh.
I'm about to be breaking down everything. I got that. I love music. My sister told me he who sings prays twice. So y'all gonna see more of that. Um, just a bunch of little things. I'm about to start showing my face a little more. I'm ready. I've been in hermit mode for a minute. Um, out there, but in there. But I had fun being outside this weekend. I'm ready to come back out and come out swinging. Um, Definitely here if y'all need me for the healing and forgiveness, things like that. Need some guidance and all of that. I'm here. Um, but yeah, just a lot of things coming down the pipeline. I'm excited.
So I'll make sure to be specific. Again, all business opportunities and everything like that, you can please hit us up on our Facebook page. That's the iAmWoe Media Group page. But at the same time, if you have anything specific for C, make sure you lead with that. I need to speak
Hmm.
with C. I need to hear
Yeah,
what C said. You feel me? And she will make sure that is strictly between you and her. Like I said, she has the inbox on lock. She'll let me know if we got anything business coming down the pipeline, something like that. But if it's for her, that's between you and her. That's your all safe
right,
space. Um,
right.
but I just want to say thank you again because you're a godsend, and I know that we're going to do some amazing things with this. I don't want the people to run from it. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I'm glad you're not
No,
running from it either. Thank you for trusting me with this part of it. Um, But so we got some things coming down the pipeline. You say you got videos coming. You're gonna have more of a social media presence.
hmm.
Um,
So come on over here.
you're gonna be getting
Follow both
you're gonna
pages.
be working shit out these training wheels though. I know that much because between iAmWoe
They're gonna be
podcast, all
squeaking.
things undone, and breaking barriers for sure. Um, that's at least three
Yep.
shows right there. I'm pretty sure Coco come get you for she talking to you some point in time. Again, I want to say shout out to her, man. She 3 out of 4 shows are a wrap. She'll be back in December. Very proud of her and her growth as well. Um, any last words though, man?
No, that's everything right there.
That's everything right there.
What's
Let me see that
said and
shirt one
said
time.
said
Hold
don't
on.
be.
Long story short, God saved my life.
He did, he
Damn.
did. All right, all right.
That's what I'm
But
talking about right there, man.
yeah,
Um, in case y'all did not know, I'm gonna run it back down to y'all. So Sunday nights, iAmWoe podcast. We here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Central. Um, Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all things undone. So if you go back and catch last week's show, really catch all the shows, but definitely see last week's show. And then this week, I'll have an all new episode as well. Monday, Cheryl will hold it down. All things undone. Tuesdays, Breaking Barrier podcast, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday, Underground Sports Kings, UGSK, land of the trio where sports and culture collide. So we can talk about the world of hip hop and we can also talk about the world of sports and damn it, have fun while we doing it.
right.
Why not? Just why not? You feel me? And we gonna make fun of a lot of people because the sports world needs that. For instance,
Yeah,
and I'll just throw this out there: Georgia Tech paid Bowling Green $1.1 million to travel to Atlanta just to play a game. Because I guess Georgia Tech thought it was just gonna beat the brakes off of them, and Georgia Tech lost that game. So them folks deboed Georgia Tech. They beat them and then took their money and went home. I'm getting them Wednesday. Um, Thursday, Dylan's Dive Boy. That goes down 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, like I said, man, she has great conversation. Last week was on skincare. Week before that was on finances. Um, and Dylan, she's done it. Lane Dillon's her name, but she's done an excellent job over there. And then she gives you a drink every week.
yeah.
She actually
That's my
teaches you what to
how to
put
make
in
the
it, how to
drinky
make it.
drinks.
You feel me? Dope coming down the pipeline. And then like I said, she talking to you will be back Saturday. I mean, excuse me, not Saturday. December will be her final episode for 2023 in the quarterly mode, and then come January 2024, she will be full time as well, going every week. So
It's so cool.
the work is there, and the music's there, and the podcast is there. If you download the BWNC radio app, it's all there. Now, see, I'm gonna let you go so you can get your beauty sleep.
Yes,
I know you're
sir.
hanging on by a thread, but I just thank you for being here tonight.
Ain't no thing, brother.
My people, Cole and DT, held it down. Enjoy your night off. But thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Everybody who showed love. Again, make sure you like and subscribe, follow iAmWoe Podcast, iAmWoe Media Group. And with that being said, peace to the God, man. We out.
All right.